But I mean, I guess honestly, it's probably not the best explanation ever. But the fact that the fact that it happens,
Like,
it
for
does
example,
explain.
I came up with sorry,
Oh, it's
I came up with an alternative. Like, for example, when you do go back into the past after beating Ocarina of Time, you go back before you even met Zelda for the first time. So what if you have three timelines in the sense that that's one timeline, the one where you never have met Zelda and you only meet it after the events, the one in the future that was left alone, and the one in the present where Link was sealed in a Master Sword and never woke up.
I think you lost me.
No, I understand him because I think I came up with the same idea myself, separate from you, which is kind of awesome and kind of, huh.
I actually think that's what a lot of people actually kind of thought of at one point, if nothing else. Because I mean, I thought of that, but then when I actually read it and sat down and kept trying to
I
see
could
how they
ramble
put it,
on a bit, but I'd ramble a bit on a bit. I'd ramble a bit on it, so I don't know if we have the time for that. So yeah.
Yeah.
like I said, I think
But
that
basically,
honestly a lot
I'm
of people
going
thought that.
to the sense that the Sacred Realm is a timeless realm, so it connects to all the timelines. So Link being sealed in the Sacred Realm would have mean that there were three timelines and not one.
So it's basically the ghost world. Sorry. I played quite a bit of Ghost Trick recently, so I couldn't resist making that reference because you said it was timeless and all that, and yeah, so
Probably an explanation better for another time where we have more time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think with the failed timeline and all that, I think the fact that he fails, I think that still explains something quite nicely, and then that's the fact that in A Link to the Past, Ganon has the Triforce. It explains
Yeah.
that because when Link's defeated, that means Ganon essentially has the Triforce of Courage with him, and I guess maybe he probably did something with Zelda as well, so he could get the Triforce of Wisdom at the time. So hey, he had the
I
Triforce.
understand. I simply disagree with the method they found. They could have found another opening to explain it, and instead allegedly in the Hyrule Historia translated, it only says he failed, period.
Yeah. I wish there was a little more explanation behind
Exactly.
that.
Okay, I guess that's true. I guess.
Because I really like the third place. I think it explains a lot, but I don't think the reason was decent.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm really not sure about the vision with Four Swords of Adventures being there and stuff.
That's the only one I question.
Mm.
It's like, personally, I think Four Swords Adventures would fit better between Link's Awakening and Legend of Zelda, because it explains how Ganon comes back after he died in A Link to the Past. But, oh well.
Yeah, but I mean, I think
Hyrule Historia
I'm saying, man.
I liked Hyrule Historia more than the time, and I liked the little snippets they told. Like, for example, explaining that Rauru and Keipora were the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Those little informations they shed out the series, I found those the most interesting about that book instead of the timeline itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Like
good as well.
the concept art for the different.
The concept art was
characters.
really nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we actually got to see Skyward Sword Zelda and regular Skyloft attire in the concept art. What? Am I the only person who actually noticed that, or?
No, I saw
Yeah.
And I'm the only one who's commenting on it? What? What? I can't help it. Fine.
I'm not too keen on the timeline as it is. I think it has promise. I think it explains a lot of things and solves quite some problems, but yeah, it still has some issues. So I think it could have been at least explained better.
Yeah.
Well, there is a nice part. There's a silver lining there, because it means that the timeline theorizing is not done yet.
Mm-hmm.
Point.
We've still got more stuff that we can figure out, or theorize about at least.
Yeah. And of
So
course,
that's kinda-
and of course, as we know, there are at least 2 Zelda games being planned. So,
Yeah.
one for the 3DS, one for the Wii U. So there's still more to be told.
Yeah.
And hopefully...
And another
We'll see.
something that I really liked about the way they've got the timeline is everything is a lot more condensed than I thought it was. Like, all of my timelines have thousands of years, this whole epic saga is taking place, and now it's whittled down to like maybe, I don't know, a 1,000 or 2,000 year period. There's a whole bunch of space for new Zelda games before Skyward Sword, like before, go back before Demise ever appeared, and make a game back then.
Well, would it really...
And then you've got the
would
three
it
other...
really be a Zelda game, though? It would be, I don't know,
Well,
Legend of Hylia, which would
You
still,
could still
which would
have
be
a
cool.
character named Zelda.
I guess that's true, but I'm not too
Hyrule
keen on the
Historia also
idea of their...
several spots in the timeline empty with specific era names, so I suspect they're making games for all of those that are empty.
They might, yeah.
Like they have at least one game per era, then they have some eras without any games, so I'd assume they're gonna make something for it. Else they wouldn't have named it, I think.
Yeah, that's true. That is a good point.
Yeah.
So here's hoping that they do go along with that, but still, I mean, I guess I myself don't really have that much to complain about the timeline other than maybe a few quips, because I think it just explains things, I think it explains some aspects of the chronology nicely.
Yeah, I
It
agree.
explains some things, it raises doubts about others. I'm still on the way to accept it, really.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
I
just
said
overall-
glad...
more now than I did then.
Yeah, I'm just glad that the positions of a lot of games has been explained, because like the Oracle games and the original 2 games and Link to the Past, and games like that, they now have defined positions in the timeline now, and they've been debated like very heavily for years.
Yes, they have.
And it's just nice to see some solid official placement of it, and if nothing else, it's also people can no longer can people say, "Hey, there's no timeline. What are you talking about? Why are you theorizing?" Well, screw you. We do have a timeline. Read Hyrule Historia.
Yeah.
I don't know, I still think they're going to revise it one of these days.
They very well might.
Possibly, but this one makes sense though.
Some
I
things, yeah.
agree. I'm with Mags on this one. I like it overall. There's a few things I wish they'd gone more into detail about, but overall, I think it's a solid timeline.
Initially I raged, nowadays I kind of accept it.
You raged? Oh man.
I really rage. I was like, face smash, face wall, face desk, slam, 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 rage.
I wish that we had a recording of that.
That would be quite
Yeah, now
interesting.
I've grown to accept it, and reviewing all they said, it does make sense. Although there are some issues with it, and I'm gonna still work on alternative theories, not timelines, but theories, things that can explain it.
Yeah.
I'll just try and test all the theories by playing all the games in order.
Oh, that's a good
See how-
idea.
See how well they make sense.
I like
Well,
that.
I played Minish Cap right after I played Skyward Sword, and it actually went together like really well,
Pretty well, yeah.
like
Me too.
extremely well.
Oh.
Because like right at the beginning, like your first encounter with Bati, he's like, "Oh, I see the power, so it runs through the princess's veins," or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he might have been referring to the light force there, which is kind of different from,
Oh.
Hylia's soul and all that, but,
Who knows? It might be the same thing.
Well,
Yeah.
the the Minish,
The Minish.
the
please.
Minish, sorry, I got Ganon banned there for a second.
Yes,
the
you did.
Minish gave humans the light force. Hylia's just always been there, kind of.
Wait, but doesn't it say that the Minish come from the sky?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think
No,
it
I don't
does.
think so.
Maybe.
No,
And
maybe not.
I
I don't
can't
know.
remember, to be honest.
And even then, is it speaking literally, metaphorically? I mean,
Literally,
or-
just...
do we know what the Japanese original said? Because it might have been lost in translation.
Or maybe it just never happened. No, it happened. It happened.
knows?
Minish Cap's too good a game to say, oh, it never happened.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, any more comments on the timeline before we go on to something
I don't
else?
think so. I've grown to accept it more than like it.
Yeah,
But,
pretty much.
All right, that works for
Good.
me.
If nothing else, like I said, I'm going to spend like the next 2 weeks playing them all in order.
Well, what
Envy.
happens? What happens when you get?
Envy.
What happens when you get to Ocarina of Time, though? You have a 3-way
Ooh,
timeline.
yeah. Which timeline do you go down first?
I'll play Ocarina of Time, do the first timeline, play it again, do the next one, play it again, and do the last one.
Which
So
timeline
play
do you
Ocarina
do
Ocarina of Time
first?
3 times.
I'll do it in order of how the picture of the timeline depicted it.
Well,
Okay.
reading from left to right or right to left.
Left to right, I'll go.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Works for me. Well, okay.
You should stream it.
Oh, you should. Show it to everyone. Show it to the world. Get 1 million hits on YouTube. Right next to the video of my saying, or like, going nuts when
You
I reached that part
freaking
in
out over.
Yeah, over the plot twist in Skyward Sword. All right then. Next we have Symphony of the Goddesses. Now, okay, if any of you guys, if any of you guys remember Play from years ago, which was like this video game tour that was held by I don't remember. I don't know what this group's name was, but there was this tour of video game stuff, or like of these video game symphony concerts, where people go to and they play like orchestrated versions of classic video game music. And one of these games included Legend of Zelda, obviously, included Super Mario Brothers, included Kingdom Hearts, and included Metal Gear Solid, included Halo, included Final Fantasy, and included a lot of games. So basically, it seems that these same people who've done Play are now doing a concert tour for Legend of Zelda, and I think that is just really awesome, especially for people who couldn't make it to the 25th anniversary concerts that were only in very select locations, and you'd either have to be really rich or have to be a really huge fanatic in order to actually go. But of course, we're all really huge fanatics, but but anyway, so yeah, they're doing these concerts, and it's, as far as I know, it's just a North American tour, and I'm not...
Canada.
Yeah, poor Tayro.
Canada is in North America.
Yeah, poor Tayro isn't in North America, he's in Europe, so...
Sorry, mine just... Mine stopped working for a second.
It happens to the best of us. Some of us more than others.
I got an A plus on geography. What the heck?
Well, geography was years ago, wasn't it? For me, it was years ago.
Who knows what they do over in Europe?
Oh yeah. Like, it seems like every other year, like, a country, says, oh wait, we're not a country anymore, or we're merging with this country because we're like a giant company, kind of. I don't know, it's just like companies
In
make
my
mergers all
defense,
the
I
time.
understand it only happened in the United States and America, so yeah.
Yeah.
It was hearing issues, it was not understanding issues.
Yeah. But anyway, it's apparently just a North American tour, sadly. Sorry, your European brothers.
So, in the United States of America and Canada.
And Canada.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I'm
sadly.
clean. Mine's working.
Okay, good. Okay, you're with us. Alright. So, what do you guys think? I mean, other than the fact that it seems to be just in North America right now. Hopefully it goes to other regions, because that would just be kind of bad. Because here's hope.
It would be rather bad. So yeah,
It would be bad. It would be bad.
I like it.
But remember,
Really like it.
Yeah.
Listen to it now.
yeah. But remember, Play has been known to actually make tours in other regions. Like, I know Play did like a tour in Europe, I believe.
I think so.
Like, I'm pretty sure there's they did one in London maybe. But yeah, something like that.